When I tell you that this book had an iron grip on me the entire day, I mean that. So my dad and I were at the shopping center where the bookstore is 30 minutes before it was supposed to open, because I knew that within a couple of hours this was going to be sold out and I was going to miss out. And what do you know? I was right, because not only is the woman in me #1 in the world right now for books, but she's also dominated the audiobooks chart because somehow she made it on there twice. Not to mention that this is literally already the best-selling celebrity memoir of all time, and it hasn't even been 24 hours. So I was right to go and grab this the minute the bookstore opened up. So a good portion of this book talks about her relationship with Justin and the damages it had on her career. But before I show you guys this, I need to show you guys this one paragraph that she wrote on page 74, I believe it was. Because it has gone viral all over social media for being probably the cringiest shit I've ever read in my life. Justin Timberlake is so cringe. Look at this. Where is it? Jay got all excited and said so loud, "Oh yeah, for shiz, genuine. What's up, homie?" And it was spawning memes like this all over Twitter as well.
You see, they call me Lake. Timberlake. The frickin'
But now I'm going to dive into the more serious stuff. So we all know the story that Justin was trying to spread around in the early 2000s when they broke up. And that's supposedly the reason why Justin broke up with Britney, because she cheated on him. It's funny because in Britney's book, she describes how she knew Justin cheated on her, but she still stayed with him. There were a couple of times during our relationship when I knew Justin had cheated on me, especially because I was so infatuated and so in love, I let it go, even though the tabloid seemed determined to rub my face in it. When NSYNC went to London in 2000, photographers caught him with one of the girls from All Saints in a car, but I never said anything. At the time, we'd only been together for a year. Another time, we were in Vegas, and one of my dancers who'd been hanging out with him told me he gestured toward a girl and said, "Yeah, man, I hit that last night." I don't want to say who he was talking about because she's actually very popular and she's married with kids now. I don't want her to feel bad. So that's 2 times! 2 times! There were rumors about him with various dancers and groupies. I let it all go, but clearly he'd slept around. It was one of those things where you know, but you just don't say anything. So I did too. Not a lot, 1 time with Wade Robson. So once she found out that Justin had cheated, she didn't immediately go on a cheating spree right away, okay? That's not what happened. All Britney did was kiss one guy 1 time. But here's the big difference between Justin and Britney. Firstly, and most obviously, it was 1 time. Justin did it multiple times, so not comparable. But secondly, she literally admitted that to him. Justin didn't give her the same treatment. She had to find out through rumors and through magazines and through friends. She had to find out through third-party sources. He didn't tell her directly like she told him directly. That's the difference. But here's a key piece of information that's left out of the story you read anywhere. I was loyal to Justin for years, only had eyes for him with that one exception, which I admitted to him. That night was chalked up to something that will happen when you're as young as we were, and Justin and I moved past it and stayed together. They had a conversation about it, and what happened? They stayed together. So he didn't leave Britney because she cheated on him. I don't know why he left, but he lied about that. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but this is the first time I'm hearing about what Britney's about to say. And this is why I don't agree with people saying that Britney should just move on because it happened so long ago. After Cry Me a River came out, anywhere I went, I would get booed. I would go to clubs and I would hear boos. Once I went to a Lakers game with my little sister and one of my brother's friends, and the whole place, the whole arena booed me. And that's what annoys me about people saying that Britney just needs to move on, because who on planet Earth would ever move on from hundreds of thousands of people booing them in person everywhere they went? If that happened to me, I would have been like that. So, now I want to talk about Britney's spoiled ass sister, Jamie Lynn. Now, before I get into how Britney says Jamie Lynn treated her throughout their entire lives, I want to read this one heartfelt passage that she wrote for Jamie Lynn right towards the end of the book. Because it was just shocking to read how Jamie treated Britney, and Britney still has this amount of kindness and this much compassion towards someone like that. She will always be my sister, and I love her and her beautiful family. I wish the absolute best for them. She's been through a lot, including teen pregnancy, divorce, and her daughter's near fatal accident. She's spoken about the pain of growing up in my shadow. I'm working to feel more compassion than anger toward her and toward everyone who I feel has wronged me. It's not easy. Now, she still says that she's working to have more compassion than anger, but I can say for a majority of the population, a good 90% of planet Earth would not be able to have this much. The amount that Britney has already is actually insane to me. Firstly, this is how she describes Jamie in the book. That's how we all were with Jamie Lynn. You see it, you like it, you want it, you got it. As far as I could tell, her world was the Ariana Grande song 7 Rings Come to Life. This is just crazy. I felt betrayed by how Jamie Lynn had changed. I'd bought a house for Jamie Lynn to grow up in. She was not exactly grateful for it. She'd later say, "Why'd she get us a house?" What? When I tell you, if somebody gave me a house free of charge, I didn't have to pay for it, I would literally give them both of my kidneys. But when Britney describes one time she was at a mental health facility where she was being forced to do hours of therapy, where she was forced to take lithium that she didn't want to take, when she couldn't even go to the bathroom or get changed without someone in the room, and she was begging anybody for help, so the first thing that she does is text her sister. Jamie Lynn didn't want to. I'm really struggling to understand or to try to grasp why Jamie hates Britney so much, because Britney has been trapped in this facility against her will for months now. And so she's trying to text everybody in her life to get some help. And she says, stop fighting it. There's nothing you can do about it, so stop fighting it. If that happened to my sister Caitlin, oh my God, I'd go in there guns blazing. You would have to listen to me. Nah, they'd have to force me out of that goddamn building. I don't give, actually no, I couldn't be forced out because I wouldn't leave without her. Are you kidding? And as this one video will tell you, this is the person we're going to be talking about now, okay? Oh, Kevin Federline! So shortly after Kevin and Britney got married, he decided to try his hand at being a rapper for some reason. And in pursuing this career in becoming a rapper, he started to abandon his family. He was leaving Britney with the 2 kids that he gave her. I flew to New York to see him. He'd been so out of touch that I thought we needed to have some time together as a family in the city. I checked into a nice hotel, excited to see my husband, but he wouldn't see me. It felt like he wanted to pretend I didn't exist. I need you guys to put yourself in Britney's shoes just for a second. You're a newlywed. You have just gotten married. You guys are also new parents. You've just had 2 children. And as you're going through severe postpartum depression, your husband ups and leaves you to go to New York so that he can pursue a music career. And then on top of that, he doesn't let you be around him. He doesn't let you be near him. What the fuck are you supposed to do in a situation like that? And I can't help but believe Britney when she says that it felt like he didn't even want her to exist. Because it's like as soon as he married Britney, he was set for life. And he knew that, so he could do whatever he wanted. And you want to know why I believe this? Because he was flexing to Britney that he was at parties with Justin Timberlake. The very same man who forced her to get an abortion. The very same man who told the entire world that Britney cheated on him and broke his heart. The same man who let millions of people all across the world boo Britney wherever she went. And you're gonna flex that you saw him at a party? You're gonna be happy that you saw that man at a party? What the fuck? I had suspected something was up, that he was changing, especially once he started getting press and feeling himself. One time he came home late and he told me he'd been at a party. Justin Timberlake was there! Are you kidding me? Oh my god. But that time in New York where he said he didn't want to see Britney? That wasn't the only time because he did it again. And who knows how many times he did this to Britney. I left Sean Preston at the hotel with the nanny and I showed up at the video set. Again, I was told that he didn't want to see me. And he says it isn't true that he would never have done that, but you have Britney flying here, there, and everywhere and checking into hotels all across the country because you're not going home. And you expect me to believe you? Let me chill. That's your wife, bro! The mother of your children! You're not contacting her. You're not trying to see her in person. You're not trying to see the kids in person. Oh my god! So, Kevin likes to say that he never said to anybody that he didn't want to see Britney, but listen to what he was like after he got an offer to do an ad for the Super Bowl. After he got that offer, I basically never saw him. It was like he was too good to even talk to me. He told everyone else that being a father was everything to him, the best thing in his life. You wouldn't know it because the sad truth was he was away a lot. Also, I know that this is really random, but I found it to be so genuinely insane I needed to include it in the video. Her family is keeping her as a prisoner, okay? Taking her money, taking advantage of her. And then when COVID hits and they get into lockdown and she's lonely and she can't see anybody, she says, I was so lonely I even got to missing my family. And so she called her mom and said she wants to see you guys. And she said, we're shopping right now, gotta go, we'll call you later. And then they didn't. Oh my god! They want to control her life. And she wants them out of her life. But the one and only time in 13 years where she's actually wanted to see her family a little bit, they're like, oh no, shopping's more important. Now, before I end this video off, okay, I'm sorry, I was about to get really heated. It got so bad to the point where Britney was forced to split with a photographer that she had been seeing for a couple of months that she genuinely enjoyed the company of. And when it came to the time that Britney wanted to get back into the dating scene, she couldn't do it like normal people do. She couldn't do it the way that she's done it her entire life. Because before the very first date with anybody, not only did the date have to sign an NDA, but before they had even gotten the chance to meet Britney for some reason, they needed to know not only her medical history, which is none of their business, especially for a person you've never even seen before, but her father had the need to tell this random person, again, that Britney's never met before, her sexual history.
When someone wanted to date me, the security team who answered to my father would run a background check on him, make him sign an NDA, and even have him submit to a blood test. And my father said I couldn't see the photographer I had been dating ever again, too. Before a date, Robin would tell the man my medical and sexual history. To be clear, this was before the first date. The whole thing was humiliating. And I know the insanity of this system kept me from finding basic companionship, having a fun night out, or making new friends, let alone falling in love.
I highly recommend every single person watching this video right now who hasn't read the book for themselves to go and get a copy. It is incredible. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Mwah. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!